Well, the Avalon didn't go as planned. Front end came down to a crappy bumper, making this front end fall apart. Their bumper rules really sucked. It's the best way to put it. This little V6 was not a happy V6. She kept turning off on me. I think it's all to do with this sensor, believe it or not. I tried to put a little bit of tape over it to try to make it so that more of the airflow went through there, but I don't really know what to say. I'm a little sore today. I got some bruises on the bottoms of my arms and everything. This weekend was actually pretty hard on me. What ended up taking me out is I broke to be honest, I lost a tire. I lost a lot of tires on this because I wasn't allowed doubles. So with the tire gone, I just broke the axle. Strut got damaged. This frame is not so bad. If the other frame looked like this, I'd run this car again. But let's go take a look at that passenger side frame rail. Ugh. There we go. So, passenger side frame rail is garbage. It split open, it folded on itself, and even kinked back here. So, unfortunately, with the amount of damage that's done to this, I'm not going to restub this car or anything. It's going to be garbage. I'm going to do a little bit of things to it. The subframe does not look too bad. It's starting to kink right there. Yeah. I'm not even going to sand the subframe out of this. It started to kink. Yeah, you can see it all kinking on itself right here. Alright, so not saving subframe, not saving motor. I don't save axles out of V6s because the passenger one's too hard to save. So I'll save this tire, I'll save this strut, my strut bar, all my electrical, and that's pretty much it. But the one thing I'm gonna notice, oh look at this, there's a piece of a guy's plastic fender because he had one of those plastic fender H bodies there. Back end on this. Now this is a completely new back end to me. The front end I'm used to, but with the bumper rule, it kind of made me regret everything I know about the front ends of these. But the back end on this was something I haven't really experienced with, and everybody on the internet told me that they go down and they go down hard. Mine did not go down. I think this is probably one of the strongest back ends on a Camry I've ever ran. Now, this is one run, and this is stock class, so I imagine if these guys had loaded bumpers and all that other stuff out there, and plates on the frame rails, that it would have been a much different story, but I knew after my heat that front end was done. The bumper was half hanging on, the one frame rail had already turned on itself and started rolling, and I pretty much kept smacking the exhaust off people. But I knew that the back end had some life, and it was coming up nicely. After the heat, I did get a jack underneath there and jack up the spare tire carrier, and then I had a loader push down on the trunk lid. But in the Consolation, I just put this thing in reverse and just let it go. The heat, I had a little bit of issues where I couldn't back up because I was holding on the fuel cable because I thought my toggle switch died for my fuel pump, but it did not. But I just wanted to play it safe and hold it there. So the heat, I used mostly the front end, and I wrecked it. Consolation, I turned this thing around and put it in reverse and just floored it. Some of these hits that I was laying with this was unbelievably huge. I was not expecting it to hold together this well. When I drove out of the Consi, I thought my back end was garbage, and then I looked at it and I was like, wow, that's pretty nice. So then I went into finals, and I really didn't think I was going to win, because at this derby, if you win Consolation, you basically have to hot lap into feature. So I went out and I put a huge rag and airbag on my hand, took off the rad cap and filled it full of water again. And that was all I did after Consolation, and then I went straight back in. So this thing was hot. It was already hot, and it was steaming as I went into full size, so I knew that it was not going to be happy. And then when I got in there, I just put it in reverse again and floored it. You can see how hard some of the hits were. This is an aluminum donut, and I'm breaking all the lip off the aluminum donut. So I was hitting people so hard. I think there was one point in time where the back of this Avalon was 3 feet off the ground, it felt like. When I'd hit them, I'd feel the whole car just go straight up, and the next thing you know, you'd feel it smash back off the ground. Pretty impressed. I'm going to say this Avalon back end is way better than a Camry back end. If this thing had a gas tank protector and threaded rod in the back, it would have been a complete and utter weapon. I couldn't believe it. Maybe it's the trunk, maybe it's the extra large speaker deck, I'm not sure, but completely different ball game with the back of this car. This was my biggest surprise of this whole car, was the back end. But then again, this thing was a complete rust-free car. It was immaculate how this car looked. Even the subframe, that's probably... Oh, no, it actually ripped the rear subframe. It was a very clean subframe in the back of this before I started. Oh, well. But even the rear struts are straight on the passenger side. That doesn't happen very often, for me at least. GoPro footage. I forgot to charge them from Friday night, so I think I only have the heat. And then the feature and the Consi, I don't think I have the video footage, so that sucks. But, I'm sorry guys. We did walk away with the trophy for the Consolation win. So that's 2 trophies this weekend. Overall, pretty happy about that. Oh well. Car still runs. When I blew the axle in the finals, I was just like, I know I'm not fixing it, so I just put her in neutral and just redlined the piss out of her until she turned off. But, oh well. Avalon was a good learning experience. I can feel the extra weight, that's for sure. Especially in the back. I could feel how heavy this thing was in there. I was able to push around a lot bigger cars than what I'm used to being able to push around with my 4-cylinder Camrys. So if you need the extra weight, the Avalon's got it. The V6 definitely had the power. I might kind of screw around with the wiring inside this now that it's like this. But, I don't know. You can see how little care I actually took in building this thing. But it's built, it's driving, it's here. I don't know. What do you guys think? This was kind of like a rush build. I kind of wanted it to last more than one derby, and if the front end hadn't have gone as bad as it did up here, it would have gone another one. But with the front end looking like that, there's not a whole lot I can do. A whole lot left I can do. After the heat, I did actually have to fix this strut as well. So we put a new strut in it, and we lost a couple bolts. So yeah, that sucks. But we got the radiator out, we looped the lines. I just used duct tape to tie the radiator up to the, the loop line kit up to the top of rad support to keep it away from the hot exhaust manifold. But as you can see, like, people were coming in and hitting my exhaust manifolds. You can see the clear dents on the cat right there. But nobody got into my shifter, nobody got into my loop line kit, nothing. This was a bone stock show. I couldn't have a cooler, I couldn't have nothing. And some people told me that they're going even more bone stock next year, where they want 0 cage, they want 0 modifications. It's a show that's kind of weird. And I had a couple people telling me, please talk to them, because we're not going to come back if we can't run at least a post-to-post. But I don't know, it's not my show, it's not my rules. I can't tell them what to do. All you drivers, if you want your fair's rules to change, or you don't like the rules somewhere, you gotta just write them a letter or sit down and phone them. Sometimes they're hard to deal with, I know that, but you can't have your voice heard if you're not gonna tell them. That's all I'm gonna say about that, because each promoter's rules are different, and this is actually ran by the fair board, and they're all volunteers, so you don't want to get mad at them. You just want to, they're doing it all for free. They're not taking any money, and that's why the fairs are able to put on these shows. I had a fun time. Little stalker rules will kind of suck for me, because I do like somewhat of a cage in my cars, and I do like a good bumper, and they won't let me put anything on the front of it. I would have been happy with another rebar, but who knows. Their rules allow 70s cars with 70s bumpers, but if I run a 2000s car, I have to keep this factory bumper on. A Crown Vic showed up with an 80s full-size bumper on it. He ran Friday night at a different show and brought his car there, and they made him cut off the bumper, and he was just frame rails all night. And it's kind of scary. If a guy brought a Ford Focus and they told him that he couldn't run because they don't allow wagons. But I don't know. All different strokes, different people, right? But I'm happy. I had fun. This is my 3rd or 4th year in a row going to Listowel. But Avalon's dead. Project XXL is dead. It's a shame because this frame is still very nice on this side. I just wish the other one had stayed this nice. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow. We're just going to part this thing out and get it gone. Might try to play around with the wiring, but we'll see. Take care, guys.